Hello. Hi there. Yay! I'm glad you like it. Kinda cool, huh? All right. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Rachel. Hello, Michael. Hi, Jen. Hi, Stacy. Welcome, everybody. I clicked I clicked launch a little quickly. I'm excited. So give people a few minutes to get on here and we'll get started soon. But get cozy, get yourself a beverage. For me, it's just sparkling water tonight because I had enough wine last night. Hi, Denise. Um, so how's everybody doing? How's your week been? Awesome. Hi, Jean. Hi, Christine. All right, let's start with some smudginess. Good. I'm glad you're less heavy. I'm feeling better as well. I'm a little scared, actually, to be quite honest with you, because last time I did channeling, I was laid up for 2 weeks. And that wasn't fun at all. But I don't think that's going to happen tonight. So let's cross our fingers. And I've definitely learned my lesson about shutting down and practicing really good energetic clearing, which is what I'm always telling you guys to do. So I'm hopeful that that's not what's going to happen tonight. Ooh, you like all that smoke? Get some smudginess. Smudging for TikTok, smudging for Instagram, and for YouTube. If you are on YouTube, watching me on YouTube, can you type something in the chat and see if I can see it? My week has been see how much I have grown. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Kim. Ooh, look at all that smoke. So I think we're having that problem again on YouTube where I can't see comments. So, Jen, can you see comments on YouTube? Oh, and I forgot to bring you on here too. I'm all over the place. Let me grab Jen. Got you. Hey, Claudia. Hi. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jess. Hey, Jen.
Hi.
Can you see people commenting on YouTube?
Yeah, I totally can. So I can keep tabs on the live feed.
Why is that a thing that they do to me? Too many screens, I guess. No, you know what I think it is? I had this open. I probably should have closed the window and refreshed everything. Oh, thank you, Claudia. They call this a reverse cat eye. Claudia said she likes my makeup today.
Oh.
All right. Well, yes, I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm even on TikTok. So I'm just hitting all the screens tonight. Hello. Hello, everybody. I can't see you great because my eyes are not working over there. Okay.
So maybe while you're waiting on the last few people to show up, there's a comment on YouTube asking what you will be channeling for. So maybe for our new people, you want to start them off with what you do?
Like what
on Thursday nights?
Can you say that question again?
They're asking what you're going to be channeling for. So maybe if there's new people, you could kind of explain.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. Thank you, Jen. Well, hi, everybody, because we do have a lot of new people watching tonight. So I'm Sarah Amala, and one of the things that I do is I channel energies. And this channeling started 3 months ago, 5 months ago. Thank God for Jen. It's like, ugh. Okay. So anyway, I started doing this channeling every Thursday 5 months ago. when I started connecting with a council of beings that call themselves the Purple Crescent Council. And it sounded insane to me too. Like, not gonna lie, I was just like, great, like, what next? But we've kind of learned to roll with the weird over here, especially in 2021. So it's been really interesting to start connecting with these different beings, but they're basically a council from Andromeda. And Andromedans are very similar to us. They're very humanoid. They have a very similar society and culture. Just think of them as like more advanced, like farther in the future. And they're connecting with us now to kind of just be helpers, be supporters to our ascension process. And so I've been channeling them for the 5 months, and through that, I've also been channeling Ashtar, and many other beings come to the party on Thursday night. So I never quite know who's coming in, but the whole intent and purpose of Thursday night channeling is to get insight onto the energies that are happening right now. This is not really a channeling where it's like, bring me your relationship problems and asking about personal life or stuff like that. This is more about what's happening in the world, understanding higher level concepts and stuff like that. Although sometimes somebody's grandma will pop in and we roll with that too. So like I said, you just never know. But that is what we do. I was doing it every Thursday night, but I can't do that anymore. So I'm not. So I'm thinking twice a month is okay for me. So I don't die, because every time we channel, it's more and more intense. So we're just gonna do that. But I feel like I'm ready to get started. Do you feel like you're ready? And for those of you who can't see her, if you're on YouTube or on TikTok, I have my friend Jen Couchner here with me, and Jen helps hold this space, and she moderates questions. And when she's here and I'm channeling, it really helps me to feel more grounded and connected, and allows me to be freed up to just let myself go through the channeling. So thank you, Jen, for being
You're welcome.
here. I love it. Okay, I'm not doing readings, I'm doing channelings. But as we start through this process of channeling, if you have questions about what we're talking about, feel free to ask them, and hopefully we'll be able to get to them. But we're gonna get started now. And what I'd love for you guys to do is just, yes, hold your grounding. If you have any grounding stones, hold those, because that helps the transmission. Often the energy gets so intense that we get a little warbly on the channels. And we are also going to start by just kind of clearing our energy of the day, resetting, grounding, and connecting. So just for right now, go ahead and close your eyes. Maybe roll your shoulders up to your ears and down your back. So wiggle it out a little bit. Soften your belly. Soften your jaw, soften your throat and your chest. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose, nice and slow. And then slowly release it through your mouth. Deep breath in and out. And one more time, deep breath in and out. Taking a moment now to call all of your energy back into your body, calling your energy in from the past and the future, calling your energy in from your day, from words spoken, from thoughts had, from people seen, bringing all of your energy in through your heart center, breathing it in, allowing you to be fully present in the now moment. Oh my goodness. Allowing yourself to be fully present in the now moment. Setting the intention for this channeling to receive messages for our best and highest good. Receive one more nice deep breath in. And sigh it out. All right, let's do this. And someone's asking which stones are grounding stones. Any dark stone will do. Any dark rock. Something dark. Okay. I don't know why my Instagram always goes to sleep. The screen goes to sleep so quickly. It drives me crazy. All right. Okay, so there's an energy here for later. There's an energy here for later. It's the fisherman. It's calling itself the fisherman, and it's just like literally showing me a boat with a man in it, and it's like rocky oceans. So we're gonna just leave that there. We know how that goes. Put a pin in it for later. Okay. We have Ashtar here. He's here. He says good evening and sends greetings. And thank you to those returning. Familiar energy. We are connected to the Purple Crescent Council. They also send their greetings. Okay, and we have a energy on the council this evening who's like a guest energy. They are calling themselves GEM, Jem. They are the philosopher. And they are here as well to connect, facilitate. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, we're locked and loaded. Let's roll on with some questions.
Roll with the questions. Okay. I'm going to maybe start with the lighter ones that we received.
You guys are awesome, by the way, with your wild questions.
I have a feeling some of these deep dives we'll be here for a minute.
We're ready. Are you ready for rabbit holes?
So Lisa has sent in a question. Just kind of want to summarize what she had said here without going through all of it, but kind of like most of us, she kind of feel like she's been just, as she put it, in a race car, just like going, and then felt like she was kind of suspended, right? So everything kind of became neutral. It's very uncomfortable, very floaty feeling. Don't know which way is up. Her question is trying to listen for direction, but she's not able to grasp it. So she feels like something big and something completely different is coming. Is there any idea of timing?
Okay. I would love to, I'm just going to read the clutch thing. I'm going to read it because I have it here in front of me. Because Lisa is a race car driver. So I'm reading it also so that TikTok can hear better. In race car analogy, I feel like the clutch is in, waiting for me to find the gear I want. Totally in neutral, and it's super uncomfortable. Floating in space, don't know which way is up. All new energies directed at or from the heart chakra. Seeing pink everywhere. When I'm more of an amethyst girl, trying to listen for direction but not getting it. Just that something big and completely different is coming. Any idea of timing? So, in a nutshell, right? This is really a great question because we've all been feeling this. In fact, I just made a TikTok on the second split, and I can't remember if we talked about the second split on a live or if we talked about it, but hard to say. But anyway, what you're feeling, Lisa, is the second split. The second split is happening amongst those of us who have chosen to be in fifth dimensional energy from June 21st when we had the first split. And in the past 2 weeks, we have been put through the ringer energetically, everybody who has made that decision to be in the fifth dimensional space. And just really quickly, if you're not familiar with what the split is, it really is just an energetic shift of choosing which dimension you're going to be existing in at this time. Everybody is going to get there. Everybody's going to get to where they're getting. No one's being left behind, and this is not about hierarchy or anything like that. It's simply choice. This is what's happening. Some people are living in a fifth dimensional frequency right now, and some people are living in a third dimensional frequency. And it's incredibly easy to see which frequency you're in or not in, because you simply cannot connect the way you used to with people who are in a third dimensional frequency. It's like speaking a different language. And so with those of us who have decided to be in a fifth dimensional frequency and we're living in that energy, another split is happening to kind of, I don't know, upgrade us even faster. We're going to hand this over to Jem as they have some insight on this. So truly, it is go time. A lot of you are feeling that increased energetic flow, and it is affecting your human bodies in a very intense way. That is because at a cellular level, your body is changing to be able to utilize the energy in different ways. Here's an experiment that you can conduct with yourself during a sunny day. Choose a day when the sun is shining and you have clear visibility to a blue sky, so not an overcast day. Soften your gaze and look up at the sky, not directly at the sun, but at the blue sky. Soften your gaze until you can see shimmering particles. Shimmering particles. You will see these shimmering particles. They look like tiny specks of glittering dust. When you see these particles, understand within your mind what you are seeing. This is energy. You are seeing a physical representation of energy through your eyes. Take your hands and feel into the energy centers of your palms, as we've shown you to do, feeling them activate. And as you hold your hands up towards the sky, notice how the energy shifts and changes in the field between your two palms. This is how you can actually visualize what is happening with the energy in the 0 point space all around you. Your actual physical bodies are learning how to comprehend this energy in new ways, and it is physically exhausting for you, as well as mentally exhausting. Okay, and he's saying that I've been saying to move your body. You have to move your body, and he's jumping on that sentiment to say that moving the physical body is really, really important right now, and drinking a lot of water is always important, but flushing the body and allowing the movement is going to be really, really important, and allowing rest when you feel the need for rest. The other part of this is more psychological, because you are psychologically exhausted and then psychologically excited. So there's an exhaustion and an excitement that are at odds with each other from time to time, because you know something is happening, you don't know when, you don't know what exactly it is, and that is an uncomfortable unknowing for you. But as far as an end point, everybody is processing this energy differently. However, we can, with with moderate accuracy, tell you that the largest body, most of you, a large portion of you will be feeling a great alleviation of that energy as we move into August. But remember, a lot of what you are feeling right now is also simply how things are going to feel now. And if you do not take agency to start working with the energy and instead sit back and allow it to continue to pummel you, you are going to feel anxious, frantic, and confused.
Okay, before we move on to the next question, there's kind of a follow-up to this from YouTube. Angel is asking about what to work on related to the chakras, feeling as though her soul has left her body. Her birthday was a couple of days ago, and she felt like she had gone through that ego death and then now feeling this pummeling of energy again. So I think what she's asking is, with all of this going on, is there a particular chakra points to hone in on at this time, or is it more unique to the person?
So remember how before we were saying that we were kind of starting at the root chakra because our healing is corresponding with the earth's healing as well. So I want to say as of our last channeling, we were kind of in solar plexus area, and we're still in solar plexus with the earth right now, but moving into heart, So ask yourself, everybody's going to have to do this for themselves and kind of ascertain what they need at any particular point in time. But something that everybody should be doing that's really helpful is doing a full chakra clearing as many times as you need to. And that could be as simple as taking a moment, doing a meditation with yourself and just kind of visualizing each of your chakras, spinning them, clearing them, setting that intention, maybe pouring white light through each chakra center, just so you can get that energy moving. But generally speaking, we always want to know what to do when we feel uncomfortable. How do I fix the uncomfortable feeling? And 9 times out of 10, the uncomfortable feeling is there to make you uncomfortable. There's nothing to fix. You have to be in it to learn from it. So it is frustrating. It's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for Jen. Like, we all are frustrated with having to sit in our squirm, but the squirm is where the magic really happens, and you don't need to fix anything. And a lot of these ascension symptoms, you have to feel them because you need to respect the energy. And the only way to respect the energy is to understand how deeply it affects you physically, right? Because we're very stubborn about that. We're like, oh, that's not real unless it's like smacking me in the face. And so now you're going to get smacked in the face. So, if you need non-subtle guidance, you're getting it. So, all of us kind of do, right? We really want to see. We want the proof of it. So you're feeling it. This is your proof. And just kind of like acknowledge to the universe, like, yes, I hear it. Fine. I'll do it. But yeah, doing regular energy clearing is going to be really, really helpful for everybody.
So follow-ups to that. Arlene is asking if the digestive issues are more related to the root work.
You mean the root chakra work?
Yes.
So Arlene is talking about digestive issues related to ascension symptoms and if they're related to root chakra. Yeah. Root and sacral, but also not everybody has been getting the stomach upset, they're saying. Who's saying? Oh, it's this gem again. Not everybody is getting the same, like, those abdominal issues. If you are getting, and let me just preface this. This is just me having to say this. I am not a doctor. The Purple Crescent Council are not a council of doctors. If you are having any kind of chronic pain or issues like that, please see a doctor and make sure everything's clear before we decide it's an energetic thing, okay? Because we do have human bodies that occasionally do need actual medicine. So just use your wisdom and intuition. Okay, but aside from that, if you know, like, you don't have any chronic stomach issues and you're having this upset that is corresponding with the upgrade, those of us who are having that, this is really, really, there's a lot of trauma healing, they're saying, that's happening in the sacral area. A lot of lineage healing that is happening also in the same area, sacral and root. This is all about feeling safe in your body. So those of you who are having a lot of tummy issues for the past week or two, this is something to look at. Do you feel safe in your body? Do you feel safe in your identity? Do you feel safe in your home? Like, are you feeling safe? Because and you might be, but this is a healing that's happening in that area, so it's flushing out. So just eating very like bland and non-interesting food will probably be helpful during this time, but otherwise there's not a whole lot to be done about it. I'm just like recognizing what it is.
So we've got two more before we move to anything else.
Yeah.
Follow-up questions. While we're on the chakras though, Stacy's asking, is it important to start at the root chakra and move up, or do you start at the star chakra and move down?
For clearing?
Yes.
So whatever feels best for you, first of all. For me, when I'm doing a clearing on somebody or doing it for myself, I like to start from the crown. I like to go top down, only because to me that makes sense gravitationally. But there is no rule here, so do whatever feels good to you. If you want to start at your heart chakra and radiate out from there, you could do that as well. Sometimes, back when I used to do hands-on energy work with people, sometimes I would actually, like, depending on what was going on, I would actually start at the heart chakra and kind of do a spiral and create this circular, what do you call this? Do you see what I'm doing? This, whatever you call this. A thing like this that would kind of go out from the heart chakra and clear the chakras that way. So whatever works best for you, whatever feels good.
Tiffany had wanted to ask if you could show the proper way to feel the energy in our hands in the exercise that Jem had suggested.
Yes. So if everybody just takes their hands, we can just do this real quick all together because this is always fun, right? So take your hands and face them at the screen, just like this. Okay? Everybody take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. Now focus your attention on the palms of your hands and set the intention for your chakra points in both palms to start to swirl. We are connecting with each other right now, and notice what you feel. Do you feel any vibration in your hands? Do you feel any swirling sensation, any warmth? Do you feel coolness? Everybody feels energy differently, and there's no right or wrong way, but see what you're feeling right now, because we're all kind of shooting each other with energy right now. Boom, boom, boom. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. So do you feel it? Does everybody feel it? I know your hands are up, so you can't type, but now take your hands and face the palms together. So you've got 6 to 10 inches in between your palms. No big deal. Now you're facing the energy and creating this energy ball. So kind of visualize that. This is your energy ball. And if you move your hands slowly in, do you feel it? You can almost feel a form, right? And then if you slowly pull them out, you might feel almost like you're pulling taffy a little bit, like that stickiness or resistance. So start to play with that. That's energy. That's energy. And you can do this holding it up to the blue sky and just see that shimmering energy is what they're saying. So just do that same exercise. Okay? And then there you go. Did everybody feel that in their hands? Did you feel the energy? And Megan, I just want to show you if you're still there. Look who's here with us tonight. Great. So people are feeling it. Awesome. So that's what you want to do. In fact, do this all the time. You should be playing with your energy all the time. Get to know it. Get to understand what your energy feels like, because everybody's energy feels differently. And just start to feel into that. And then as you're breathing, your breath actually helps move the energy as well. So as you're holding that, just like if you're holding the energy and you just like breathe in really slowly and out, you can kind of feel it. So play with that, because it's really helpful, and it's important to understand what your energy feels like. So I'm excited for you guys to do this little experiment with the shimmery energy around. Cool.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to switch back to a previously submitted question, and then I've got another one in the queue in YouTube. YouTube's very chatty tonight.
I'm so mad about that.
But they all agree. They were feeling in their hands and feeling pulsations, and so that was really cool.
Good.
So Kimberly had sent in a question, just kind of to shorten this, and then we'll pose the question, but has had kind of signs from somebody very important in her life that had passed. And it's been 5 years or so, but they had a dream that was very clear the last time they'd interfaced. This person's just come back through a dream sequence, but everything feels very unclear. And so I think the question here is I don't know if you want to answer this personally or if you want to think about this as a collective moment, but how do we start to find this clarity when you have something like this case where there's been a reappearance after all of this time, and dream sequence just feels really fuzzy, like they can't figure out what the messages are?
Okay, so this is actually good for everybody, because we all have things that happen that we would like some clarification on, or that's confusing. And, it can be difficult sometimes to make heads or tails of the signs. Now, the goal is to develop some system of interfacing with your energy and your guides and the way that you're receiving information that gives you some idea of what's going on, right? So if this were me and this had happened, and quite frankly, I think this has happened to me. Like, right, this happens to me quite a lot, quite a lot. And so I will just like issue a slight caution to you. Really important to ask yourself if somebody is coming back into your field because you miss them, or some aspect of what they used to bring to your life, or is this really a thing? Is it really out of the blue? If this is a person who you have had intimate relationship with, who you've had physical, sexual connection with, just remember, anybody you've had that kind of connection with still has access to your energetic field. You can mitigate that, but that connection is kind of a thing. And they can just like pop up. I think all of us have experienced that, where like randomly an ex-lover will just pop up into your brain and you're like, why? I don't even care about you anymore. But it's just a thing that happens. It's like out there in the energetic field. So ask yourself those questions. Try to really hone in on what's actually happening for you and not what you think is happening for you. And then ask yourself, do I need to take any action here? Is there an action necessary, or is this just energy passing through? What's the message? And I would also suggest asking these questions before you go to bed and handing it off to your guides, and allow them to answer your questions in dream space, because that is sometimes the easiest way to get your information. Another thing that I like to do is I like to have a friend pull a card or two for me. If it's something that I have a lot of feelings about, I won't really pull cards for myself, because I know me and I know what me wants. to hear. And I know I'm very strong energetically and I will skew that shit. So if I would like a little insight, I'll ask somebody else who's kind of impartial to the whole situation to pull a card or two. So this is not these kind of questions are not questions that the Purple Crescent Council answers. They made it really clear 5 months ago when we first started connecting with them that they're not here to, be magic 8 balls or answer relationship questions or anything like that. So, but I'm telling you that this is something we all really do need to have tools to support ourselves in. And it's just really important to ask the right questions of yourself and be really honest with the answers. So I hope that's helpful, Kim.
And there's actually the question in the queue is kind of tied to this, but with real life people, which you started explaining. So I'm just going to ask kind of a side question to this or sub question. So Angel had asked about currently people from the past resurfacing back in the mind, which I know we've all kind of been going back through these cyclical moments.
Yeah.
Her question is though, so I think you provided great information. In addition to that, should they, and if so, is there a way to fully let go of that energy? Or is it just stick with the questions you've already said, ask yourself what you need to be doing here?
This is a little bit of a sticky one. And I really don't like the answer that I'm about to give you because I wish that I'm not going to say this right now, but this is what's coming. It is not possible to fully disconnect energies from somebody that you have created an energetic sexual bond with. So who is this? That's Ashtar. So Ashtar is saying that we have only scratched the surface of understanding the energetics and science behind sexual connection. And the reason, this is going to tie in. Good Lord. The reason that we are just beginning to scratch the surface of this is because for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, humanity has been repressed sexually. Sexual connection is creation energy and is one of the most potent ways of utilizing energy. And when you've been taught that sexual connection is, number one, confined to a monogamous relationship or any relationship, is something to have guilt or shame around, having a lot of oppression and suppression and violence used. We don't understand, like we are not capable at this moment of fully understanding the sex energy because we have so much to unpack still, so much to unravel. However, that being said, be really mindful who you have sex with. This is not about purity culture. This is not about saving yourself. This is not about any of those things. This is pure energetics. Do not have sex with somebody unless their energy is literally delicious to you. Because when you have sex with somebody, you are consuming their energy and it is becoming wrapped up in your energy. And there are many ways to use that connection, but when you don't have the ability to understand that, it can be very damaging. So no, you can't get rid of anybody else's energy that you've sexually connected with.
And then if it was a friendship or a non-sexual platonic relationship, it would just kind of go back to the tools you've already mentioned.
Yes, and with somebody you haven't bumped uglies with, there can still be very strong energetic connections and ties, but just also just remember your energetic sovereignty. This is not to make you feel kind of disgusting right now when you're thinking about everybody's energy who's like stuck inside of you right now, because like I was like, ooh, who's in there? No, don't do that. That's not what it is. It's not like that at all. It's something that down the line you're going to be able to tap into and use. So don't worry about it. You don't need to get rid of it. It's going to be used. It's going to be used. So just don't worry. I know I can feel a bunch of people just like at that moment being like, "Ah, get me off this channel." Don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to be fine.
Arlene says this is very Lost Girl right now. And it's like the only other person I've ever known that watched the series. So it does feel like that, Arlene.
I don't know.
Are you ready for some deep thinking questions?
Oh my God, my brain.
Yeah, well,
Woo,
I'm going to bring in Chris's question when you're ready.
Okay. So nobody has any more sex questions?
There's one other question. It's not sex related, though. Comments like suddenly regretting my college years.
Right. But really, I just want to impress upon you guys really seriously, big time, that don't worry about it.
Oh, good.
There, I fixed it. Okay, go ahead.
We'll do Stacy's question real fast, and then I'm literally going to the big deep question.
Okay.
So Stacy's question is past life healing necessary, or can we set an intention to heal all past lives and release karmic attachments and return to our personal facets healed and loved?
Yes. So everything has to be done from the now moment anyway, right? And while there was a time where we really spent a lot of time thinking about past lives and lineage healing and all of these different things, it's easy to use that as a tool for bypassing your own work, because it takes you into a romanticized kind of place where it's like, let's go into the past when I was the queen in this castle and we did this and we did that and then I was burned at the stake, whatever it was. Like, it's kind of romantic to just be like, ooh, I had this other life. But the life you're living right now is this one. And so it's really important to be present in this one and to work with the energies in this one and understand that since time is not linear, absolutely, Stacy, what you do now is going to affect all yous in all timelines. So really focus on doing your work now. You don't need to focus on healing something for a self in the past. Focus on this self now. Because remember, the energy you have inside of your body is not just energy from this lifetime. You're carrying all those signatures with you right now. So all you have to do is be present in this moment.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you. So I'm going to read the full submitted question, and then you'll tell me where you want me to reread. So Chris submitted a question and said, I'd love to hear the Purple Crescent's view on fear in Earth's major religions and how that affects the general population's view of the afterlife. I'd also love to hear what they think of ancient scripture, not just Judeo-Christian, but Indian, Tibetan, Chinese, Sumerian. Why did these texts survive over others?
Okay. Let's do the first part of that first, which is fear. Say that again, the first part, sorry.
Fear in Earth's major religions and how that affects the general population's view of afterlife.
Okay, so we're talking about fear in Earth's major religions and how that affects the view on the afterlife and all of the things. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we got this. Woo, Chris. We're going there. Okay. Okay, so it's important to understand power and control, and the psychology behind power and control. The easiest way to control a large population of people is for all of those people to be scared. When people are in fear, they look for someone to save them. It's a instinctual response. So if a large group of people are taught that they have something to fear, they will then look to somebody else to fix the fear. They will look outside of themselves to fix the fear, as it's been presented in a way that is untouchable by them. That, in a nutshell, is what religion has become for most people. Religion has become a way of taking sovereignty away from the individual and delaying gratification and creating a series of steps that one must take in order to regain wholeness. But in order for that to be true, you as individuals would have to be partial souled. And nobody is. Everybody is full souled. But everybody also has the ability to give away pieces of themselves and to turn off their sovereignty. So, inherently, religion itself is not the problem. And if we were to use an example, it would be important for you to understand human nature as these cycles are repeating themselves right now. When something happens, for example, take in your time, your era, a JFK or a Martin Luther King. You all know their stories and what they said, except you don't. You only know partially what they said. You only know partially who they were. Even at this point, even though some of you were alive when they were alive, a lot of their truth is lost on you. As time continues, those stories will be utilized. They will be merged. They will be written about. And they will become power structures for others to manipulate and create fear and other stories. So it's important to remember that anything written down isn't necessarily fact, it's perception. Understand that when anybody writes anything down, think about you when you write something down. It's your thought, it's your idea. So, with that being said, any of the scriptures and texts, depending on how you feel, depending on how you decide to believe in them, they could be damaging, they could be uplifting, they could open doors, they could shut doors, they could create joy, they could create shame, they can unite or they can divide. It's all on translation. And these are all things you have created. These are all adventures you have created for yourselves. We do not touch this. We would not ever interfere with this magic that you have created. But it is understanding that you have created this, all of your stories.
Okay.
Okay.
The second part of this was about ancient scriptures. So, what do they think of ancient scriptures? Why did these texts survive over others, like the Judeo-Christian or the Tibetan or Chinese or Sumerian?
Why did they survive and others didn't?
Mm-hmm.
It's narrative. There are when when specific narratives are chosen in order to create what is this following of a narrative, all contradictions to the narrative have to be destroyed. So, and access to the narrative has to be limited. Gate kept. So think about the narratives that are currently playing out in your society today, and consider that all of the major ancient texts that are currently being followed today pretty much says the same. They have the same narrative, just in different tones.
Okay.
Does that answer that?
I believe so. They're very closely connected. That's good.
Yeah.
So question on IG. Do alcoholic beverages open us up to entities?
They can. Consider anything that you put in your body and what that vibration is. Alcohol itself is a lower vibration liquid, let's say. So if you are already in a low vibrational frequency, meaning you are depressed, you're anxious, you're sad, any of those emotions, and you add alcohol to it, you are going to drastically drop your vibration down. And when you drop your vibration down, you absolutely can open yourself up to energies that want to suck off your energy, just want to kind of be in there. Or, you could get into some not wonderful energetic issues. Now, with that being said, a lot of you guys have moved into, like, everybody who I've been like connecting with for the past year, like everybody in the inner sanctum that we've been working together, like we've moved through to a point where this kind of thing is not as relevant because you understand your own energetic sovereignty. If you understand that you are at the top of the energetic food chain, and you don't only understand it, you believe it and you live that way, you are not open to energetic attack from any low vibrational entities, because you know that they are not more powerful than you. In fact, we're talking scrubs, right? So what I would focus on is not so much worrying about alcohol, but worrying about what you believe your sovereignty level is. How do you feel about those things? Because when you start to understand you're at the top of the food chain, all the rest of this stuff is such a bullshit, right? Because it's like, it's just meant to make you scared. It's just meant to make you lose your energy and give your energy to something else. So as long as you know you're at the top of the food chain, I've said it a lot of times just now because I want you to know that you are at the top of the energetic food chain. You are not a scrub. You have been taught to believe that you are at the lower end of that, but that's only because it's so easy to think that something we can't physically see is more powerful than us, but it's not true. So really, that's the thing to focus on with that. I know that for me at this point, there have been times during the past few years where I simply could not drink alcohol. It just felt disgusting to me. Same thing with coffee and other things. So just pay attention to how your body's reacting to any of those things, because they are strong. And I saw somebody ask about cannabis as well. And again, the vibration of cannabis is a lot higher than alcohol. If your vibration is higher than that which you are consuming, it will lower your vibration. And that's not a bad thing. Sometimes we need that, right? So for me, like after channeling, having a glass of red wine is very helpful for me because after doing all of this energy work, I'm vibing way higher than is comfortable to be staying. And a glass of wine really brings me down. So it's just kind of knowing your body and where you're at. Do you need a little bit of that? Do you need that, or do you not? So a good rule of thumb is before you put anything in your mouth these days, it's like ask your body if we want this. Anything, guys. Anyone either.
Well, I know we're coming up towards the end of the hour. I'm curious if the fisherman is still present, or if anybody has any
He's still present.
Lingering questions with that.
Shall we tap in to him? Okay. Okay, so the fisherman is here with a picture analogy. Okay, whatever. So he's saying, or the fisherman dude is saying, he's basically on this boat in an ocean, and he's doing fishing, and he's saying that, see if you can crack this riddle. He's saying that we're all out at sea, and there are many gifts in the sea. But if you were to be out on the sea in a boat with nothing to fish with, you would never catch any fish. Be prepared. Have your tools and know what you're trying to do. Are you trying to catch fish while you're on your boat, or are you just sitting on the boat and enjoying the view? Like, what are you here to do out on the ocean? And I keep hearing this. I keep hearing Susan, 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 Susan. So if we have a Susan listening, the fisherman wants you to really pay attention to that analogy, if that makes sense to you. I'm seeing all kinds of very nautical type things, like the old type of boat steering wheel. What's it called? Wheel?
You were just saying with the wheel, yeah.
Yeah, like with the spokes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like they're showing me that. The boat itself is like turning into a masted ship. And they're showing me like crashing waves coming in. I don't know. This is very strange. But Susan, Susan. Okay, and then they're also showing. Okay, so we're seeing. I don't know, guys. I hope this is hitting for anybody. Seals swimming. Seals on this side, which is my would be the right side of the boat. Right side of the boat. On the left side of the boat, dolphins. Okay, and then towards this way, like straight ahead, is the horizon, and like it's like coming out of a storm. That's what it is. It's like coming out of a storm. You're being guided out of a storm. It's been very rocky, very scary, very like touch and go, but the end is there. You're coming out of the storm, and the sun is right at the horizon. You're not there yet. Like, it's almost like the way the weather's been lately, where it's like you're in a crazy heavy rainstorm, but like 3 feet in front of you, there's no rain, but you're still in it. So it's just like, keep going, because this chaotic energy is on its way out. You're on your way out of it, so to speak. So, okay, Susan?
Anything on seagulls?
Oh, that's funny. I was just watching a TikTok about seagulls. If this guy feeds this one seagull, and do you ever see that one? He like feeds him every
I
morning.
haven't.
Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let me see if anything about seagulls. Actually, no. There's no birds flying at all in the sky in this thing. That's interesting. What? What? What?
There's a Susan on YouTube.
Shut up! Shut it! Where is Susan? Who is it?
She just said thank you.
Jen, is it someone we know? Is it a new Susan?
Do you know Susan Wallace?
No.
Oh, well, there you go. There's a Susan on YouTube.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But I will also tell you, you've got some folks that during moon call had seals come through.
Oh.
People have been having dreams of white dolphins. Yeah, another one, dolphins, seals. I asked about the seagulls because Rosa brought them up, but yeah. And Susan says hi.
Well, hey, Susan. Wow. Okay, so we're getting this imagery is symbolic of what we're going through then right now. Listen, you guys, we have 1 week until the full moon, if you can fucking believe that. So we are at, and so while I have you here, we're at the midpoint right now. We're 1 week out of the new moon. So for those of you who did your new moon ritual with me, I would like to remind you tonight to go tend to your soil, okay? Tend to it in any way that feels good. Add another crystal to it. Put some energy on it. Sprinkle a little special water or some cologne on it. I don't know. Add energy to your dirt, okay? Give it some attention. And in a week, we will be doing our full moon ritual. And it's too far away for me to know what's going to happen then. But I do know that full moon is the last full moon before we have our massive new moon for Lionsgate, which is going to be the massive seeding. So this full moon coming up is going to be another whopper of a big deal. So just like we're midpoint here. So touch base on your seeds, touch base on your dirt, okay? And if you're watching and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You can join Inner Sanctum for free. And you can do that new moon call still. I know we're a week out, but if you have not done your new moon seeding and dirt and your intentions, I highly recommend you do that now. Like, stop, drop, and seed, because it's very important. You can find out more about Inner Sanctum on my website, sarahamala.com, and you can join for free, like I said. And soon, haha, Jen, soon it's going to be an app. It's going to be an app, and you'll have meditations that will help you clear your chakras.
So close.
So close. Okay, well, listen, before y'all leave, we have to clear our energy. So everybody sit down. You can't jump out of here without getting it clear. All right, everyone close your eyes. Shake it off a little bit. Loosen it up. Soften your belly. And let's take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Deep breath in, breathing up through your root, all the way up. One more time. Taking a moment now to clear all of your energy from energy that is not yours. Releasing, and disconnecting from our connection this evening. Sending so much love and thanks to the Purple Crescent Council and to Ashtar and to all of the energies that have connected with us here in the highest vibration of love. Sending lots of loving, healing energy to all of you, to each of your chakras, and sending you lots of love to your heart. Clearing all of your energy, clearing your field. All of your own energy flowing in your own body. Grounded in there. peaceful, and calm. Let's receive one more nice deep breath in. And let it go. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for joining for this live channeling experience. If you missed any of it, you can find it on YouTube. It'll be on there as soon as I click end. And you can always send in your questions to be answered during live channeling. The best way is to go on my website, www.sarahmala.com, and use the chat feature and send me your query that way, because I will not lose them. And it is Thursday, so I'll see you tomorrow. Friday, 8:30 a.m. for the weekend energy update and some live card pulls. So see you in the morning. I'll be there on Instagram and this one on the TikTok as well. Okay? I love you guys. Mwah, mwah. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, Jen. Mwah, 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 mwah. And bye, YouTube. I'm so sorry that I couldn't see any of your things, but good night, Susan. Ending that.